Ugh. Please, please, get your snacks, get comfortable, sit down. Because I'm about to tell you the story of the worst Valentine's Day of my life. So I was with this girl for a collective of 3 years. And, you know, I'm not going to name drop because once again, I can't talk when I'm in a game. And those 3 years, I would say, weren't wasted. I'd say it was a pretty good 3 years of my life. So Valentine's Day was coming up, and this girl lived an hour away from me. And before I would drive, I would take a bus, train, bus, 20-minute walk, just to see her every weekend. I worked Monday to Friday. She worked Saturday, Sunday. So that was the only time I could see her was the weekends, and I made that effort. When I finally got my car, it was good. You know, I was able to just drive there. I would go to hers a lot more. She would come to mine, which was fine. I liked going to her home. Her family was lovely. Take about hour and 20 to see her. Valentine's Day was around the corner, and I had made some plans, you know, because she wanted to be spoiled, and I wanted to spoil her. I was, as you may say, in love. I organised this restaurant. I organised what to do, where to go. All I asked of this girl was to just come to my house. That's all you got to do. Just get to me. I've got everything planned. Her friends told her and got into her head and said that I should go pick her up and take her back to mine. Some worlds, that's like, yeah, that's all good, do that. I started work at 5 a.m. and finished at 1 p.m. And then I'd have to get home, drive in peak hour traffic to go pick her up, drive home. She has the night with me, and then what? I take her back and then drive home late to get up at 5 a.m. the next. You got to compromise in a relationship. All I asked was for her to come to me. She made that a bit of a problem, but she reluctantly came. So she got to my house at around 7 p.m. She walks in. There's a rose on the door. She opens the door. There's a bunch of flowers on the bed, a bunch of roses, and a huge box of Maltesers chocolate. She picks them both up, and I shit you not, guys, I don't like Maltesers. The flowers are rotting. What? Let me tell you right now, guys, the flowers were not rotting, and the chocolates, my bad. I didn't know she didn't like that flavor. I should have fucking get the receipt, take them back. It's fucking chocolate, whatever, right? She goes, so what are we doing now? I said, just chill out for an hour, and then we'll go. She goes, oh, so what do you want to do for the hour? I said, we'll just chill. We'll just chill before we go. She goes to me, oh, so you've got nothing planned for this hour? I said, nah. She's like, oh, okay. An hour goes by. I need to readjust my headset for this shit. An hour goes by. I walk over the fridge and grab a huge picnic basket that I had bought. In this picnic basket, gherkins, crackers, cheese, chips, strawberries, drizzled with chocolate, little gifts in the picnic basket. I went all out, guys. This wasn't even Valentine's Day anymore. This was her day. We drive to the location, and it was a nice restaurant, and the restaurant I had booked was a Asian-themed styled restaurant that brought out 6 different types of foods, all Valentine's Day themed, all lovey-dovey themed. So I think the first one, you open it, and it's like some shark, like some fish, some shark in the shape of a love heart, and a smoke all came out. The second one were like these little eggs. Oh, I have no clue. It was all Valentine's Day themed, with the last thing being a strawberry with a toothpick dipped in like the sugar. It was really nice. So after the restaurant, we walked to my car where I'd parked. We grabbed a sort of gazebo. It was like a small little tent. In my car also were blankets and pillows. And I took the gazebo and held all the blankets and pillows in the picnic basket. And we walked to the beach, and I set it all up and put pillows and blankets in the gazebo with a view of the whole sea and the sunset going down. It was like a movie, guys. We're sitting in there, and I'm like, oh, look at this. You know, I pull out the picnic basket, and we're looking through, and I'm pulling out all these stuff, and she goes, oh my God, because I had bought the strawberries and chocolate, you know, that's her favorite. Instead of saying thank you, she says, how did you wash the strawberries? I said, oh, I just jet washed them with water. She goes, oh, no, you're supposed to wash them with vinegar. I'm over here like, oh, okay, sorry. She goes, how did you melt the chocolate and put the chocolate on? I was like, oh, I just bought Cadbury chocolate, melted it, and put the little hole and squirted it on top. Pause. She goes, oh no, you're supposed to buy like actual melted chocolate. And I'm like, oh my God, bitch! Like, what the it's like, at this point, it's almost like everything I'm doing is wrong, and everything I've done is for her. I can't remember what she got me. I think it was maybe just like a card and something else. And I'm grateful for that. Mum raised me right. Like, I'm grateful for that. Thank you. But just the comparisons, it's like night and day. After that, we sat there and ate. We didn't eat a lot. I think I overpacked and overdid it. And we had finished up there and walked back to the car. And that was my night done. That was everything I had planned. And the drive home, she saw an abandoned golf course, which I can't lie, looked pretty cool. And she wanted to go in it, and I was like, you know what, like, mind you guys, it's about 10:30, 11 p.m. now, and I've still got to get up for work in the morning at 5 a.m., which makes the fact that she wanted me to take her home is even more ridiculous. And I was like, you know what, like, yeah, fuck it, you know, we only live once, and make it a good, you know, make it a good night, and she wants to do it, I'll do it. So we walked into this abandoned golf course, and, you know, we jumped this old fence, and it was pretty cool. Like, everything was just outgrown. It was just completely gone to shambles. Everything was abandoned, you know. And we walk in, and we're walking around, and there's a huge lake of just murky water, and there's a bridge that goes over this lake. Now, we walk over the bridge, which in my mind, I don't even think twice about it. Common sense, there's water under us, right? We're walking over a bridge for a reason, okay? We walk across the bridge, and she stands on this rock and she looks down. She's looking at this murky water. She's looking at this lake. And I'm watching her looking at this lake, right? And she jumps. Now, no, she wasn't a crazy loopy bitch that just jumped in the water and did a cannonball. She jumped, and it was about, like, literally ankle high. Like, it wasn't even knee high. Like, it was just, like, up to your ankles. And she starts crying. Because she was wearing Crocs at the time, so her socks got all wet, everything. And I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? And she goes, I didn't know it was water, I thought it was concrete. And she starts bursting into tears. And the first thing she did was blame me for not telling her that it was water. That happened a lot in our relationship, and I really took notes of that. Anyway, I went to the servo to get her some snacks to cheer her up, and I took the socks off her feet and wrapped her feet in a towel, and she hopped back in the car, and we drove home. She fell asleep in the car, and we got home, and when we had parked at front of my house after the night, she's asleep, and I take a deep breath, man. I was just like burned out. I was like, wow, I didn't have a good night tonight. I felt like I did everything for her tonight. I got blamed. Just everything I was doing was just somewhat brushed off or underappreciated. And we ended up getting inside and going to sleep. And she slept that night all lovey-dovey, and I struggled to sleep that night, guys. And a couple of days later, we actually broke up. Now, I know the story might be a bit sad, especially for my first ever storytime video, but I guess at the end of the day, guys, the whole reason I'm letting you guys know about this story is just know your worth, man. You know, there's always going to be someone out there for you. I'm currently single and loving life right now, and I've grown a lot. But yeah, keep your head up, homies. Like, there's always someone out there for you. You will find your person. Don't ever think you won't. And find someone that when you do stuff for them, it gets appreciated. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be making a lot more videos like just story time and just talking whilst I'm on the game, because it's easy for me to do. And you know, I think I got some pretty good stories up my sleeve. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. More videos coming on the way. My Twitch, iAmLimpy. Be sure to catch me streaming. Remember, there is always someone out there for you. Keep your head up, guys. I'm out. Peace.